A person steps out of a plane 2 miles up. The ground is a quiet map far below them. They are falling at 120 miles an hour. Then a thin sheet of fabric blooms open above their head and the fall becomes a glide. No magic, just air caught and held in the right shape. Let's slice open a parachute and watch how a folded bundle of nylon turns a deadly drop into a soft, steerable landing. Step into open air and gravity pulls you down, faster and faster. But you are not falling through nothing. You are falling through a sea of air. As you speed up, the air pushes back against you harder. Soon that upward push equals the pull of gravity, and you stop accelerating. This steady speed is called terminal velocity, around 120 miles an hour, falling belly down. Fast enough to be fatal. The whole job of a parachute is to lower that number. On your back sits a tight pack, the canopy folded into a space about the size of a small backpack. Pull the handle and a spring fires a tiny chute, called the pilot chute, out into the rushing air. It is small, but it does not need to be big. Its only job is to catch the wind and act like an anchor, yanking the rest of the system out of the pack in the correct order. The unpacking has begun. The pilot chute fills instantly and trails behind you like a thrown bucket. Attached to it is a thin cord called the bridle, and at the end of that cord is the deployment bag, holding the folded main canopy. The pilot chute hauls this bag up and away from your body. Order matters here. If the canopy spilled out all at once, the lines would tangle into a useless knot. So the bag releases its contents slowly, one stage at a time. First out are the suspension lines, wound in neat rubber bands around the deployment bag. They unspool one loop at a time, stretching to their full length before the canopy is even free. Dozens of thin lines, each one carefully routed, connect your harness to the fabric above. Only when the lines are fully extended does the bag finally open and let the canopy go. This deliberate delay is the secret to a clean, untangled opening every single time. Now the canopy is free, and air rushes into its open mouth. A modern sport parachute is not a simple dome. It is a row of long fabric cells, open at the front and sealed at the back. Air pours in and cannot easily escape, so the cells swell with pressure and stiffen. In a second or two, the limp bundle becomes a firm, curved wing, stretched wide above your head and pulling you upright into a seated position. Here is the clever part. Those inflated cells form an airfoil, the same curved shape as an airplane wing. The top surface is longer than the bottom. As you glide forward, air moving over the top speeds up and its pressure drops, while slower air below pushes up. The result is lift, a force that holds you up almost like a glider. Your parachute is not just a brake, it is a soft wing, built entirely from fabric and trapped air. The wide canopy also creates enormous drag. Think of holding your flat hand out a car window. A few square inches feels like a hard shove. Now picture 300 square feet of fabric biting into the air. That drag climbs sharply with size and speed, and it quickly overwhelms your fall. Your downward speed drops from 120 miles an hour to a gentle 10 or so. The air itself becomes a cushion beneath you. Two control lines run from the back corners of the canopy down to handles called toggles, one in each hand. Pull the right toggle, and the right rear edge of the wing bends down, dragging that side and turning you right. Pull the left, and you swing left. Pull both together, and the whole trailing edge curls, slowing the wing and trading forward speed for a brief burst of lift. You are no longer just falling, you are flying a fabric aircraft. The ground rushes up, and the final move is called the flare. A few feet from landing, you pull both toggles all the way down. The trailing edge drops hard, the wing pitches back, and for a moment lift surges while forward speed bleeds away. The canopy nearly stops in the air, and you settle onto your feet at a walking pace. Done well, a 2-mile fall ends with a single quiet step onto solid earth. Every rig carries a second, fully separate parachute, the reserve packed by a certified expert. A small computer watches your speed and your height above the ground. If you are still falling fast when you drop too low, it fires the reserve automatically, without waiting for you. Skydivers trust their lives to careful folding and precise timing, so each step is checked and rechecked. The rule is simple. When the main fails, a fresh canopy must already be ready to open. So follow the chain. You reach terminal velocity in free fall. You pull the handle and the pilot chute fires. It drags out the deployment bag, the lines pay out in order, and the canopy is released. Air inflates the cells into a curved wing that makes both lift and drag. You steer with the toggles, then flare to brake. From a folded backpack to a flying wing, in the space of a few short seconds. A parachute is just fabric, line, and air, arranged in the right order at exactly the right time. Look closer at the small things that catch us, and the world fills with quiet engineering. This was the Cutaway.